We're here with Phil Labonte of All That Remains, whose popularity has taken off. What do you think was the turning point? Because All That Remains was kind of, I mean, you guys came around at the tail end of metalcore, really, and then, I mean, now metalcore is kind of, died or morphed into something else.
The thing is, it's like the term metalcore. It's like people, like, if you listen to Behind Silence and Solitude, like, you can't call that metalcore. You can't.
It's metal.
It's a metal. If you listen to This Darkened Heart, it's still really, it's metal. I mean, it's, you don't, at the time when This Darkened Heart came out, metalcore bands did not have guitar solos. Metalcore bands did not have harmonies. It's like, so to term us metalcore, that was a term that got thrown around a lot because there was a new style of metal coming out, and it was a fusion of a bunch of different styles, and people, like, it became like a catchphrase. But nowadays, like, what people call metalcore nowadays isn't metalcore. And what, like, metalcore was like Earth Crisis. It's like people say, oh, it's hardcore, but if you listen to the music, it sounds a lot like metal. It's the message that they were saying that made them hardcore. That's why they were a metalcore band. We never sounded like a metalcore band. Guitar solos and 8-minute songs on Behind Silence and Solitude with 4-minute musical interludes is not metalcore. You know what I mean? Metalcore is breakdowns, and that's it. It's like we have some parts that are kind of like breakdowns or heavy parts, but it's like we also have, like, I do vocals like Cannibal Corpse. You know what I mean? They're on some songs. I do a lot of different stuff. So it's like, people use that term, and I don't care, because it really doesn't matter because people have broken music down into so many different subgenres and stuff. It's like, what's the point? What's the point of getting that specific and saying this is this, and if they didn't have this one little part, it's something else. But if they add one little part, then it's something. It's still metal. It's still metal. So I don't care what people call us. When we talk about our band, we're a metal band. Yeah. Metal's a very generalized, term, and we're kind of a generalized band. We have a lot of different influences, and they all seep in, so.
Okay, very good. Now, you were on Guitar Hero this year.
Guitar Hero 2. Yeah.
Guitar Hero 2. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit how that happened, and
our record label says, hey, we're going to put a song on Guitar Hero. It's a video game, and I hadn't even played Guitar Hero 1. And I was like, okay, well, that's sweet. I love video games. And then they're like, we're going to put 6 on it. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? I'm like, the song starts out with, like, blasts, double bass, and me going, ah! And they're like, nah, it's going to be great. I'm like, are you kidding me? And they're like, no, seriously. I'm like, all right, fucking whatever. They're like, that's the song they want. I'm like, okay. Next thing you know, it's the second hardest song in the game, only after Jordan. And it's done immense things, proving that I really have no fucking idea what I'm talking about.
It's amazing. How do you approach the issue of groupies on the road? I mean, you have a girlfriend.
We don't.
You just go on your laptops and browse Facebook? Is that it?
I got